Today, guys, it's going to be an amazing day. Hopefully, guys, we can find something great. If not, as always, we've been blessed and we've been blessed with a lot more. So, guys, let's get started with our dumpster diving adventure.
This is Amber Stevens, and you're listening to Airs and Arrows, the podcast. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Airs and Arrows. I was so delighted to interview Angel Williams. She is a very special person, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear this interview I did with her. She has a book, and it's called Finding Your Treasure: Our Family's Mission to Recycle, Reuse, and Give Back Everything, and How You Can Too. This interview was so inspirational. Even if you come away and you don't do exactly what she has done and what she's doing, I'm sure that you will be inspired to look and see what may be right before you and turn it into gold. All right. So without further ado, let's jump right into this interview. Hey everybody, welcome once again to another episode of Airs and Arrows. I am so excited that you are joining us again, and I'm excited about this interview I have here today. I have here someone named Angel, and I came across, I believe, her YouTube channel, and I was just blown away. And so I can't wait for you guys to meet her and hear her story. And so, Angel, if you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yes, hi. Thank you. First, I want to start off by saying thank you so much, Amber, for inviting me on your platform. I had the opportunity to listen to quite a few of your podcasts, and I'm very impressed. And this is truly a blessing to be on here. So thank you. Mm-hmm. So yes, I'll start off with who I am. My name is Angel Williams. I am a mom of 4. I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago. I'm also a YouTube sensation that goes by the name of Mom the eBayer. And what I do basically, I teach and show people how to take what others consider quote unquote trash and turn them into treasure. This coming July, I am going to be an author for the first time. And it's going to be a memoir talking about my life as a dumpster diver. And that's essentially who I am in a nutshell.
Awesome. So you go by the name Mom the eBayer. Yes. But many of your fans know you, like you just said, for your dumpster dive. So some people may have never heard of that before. Mm-hmm. And so can you please explain what are dumpster dives? How did you get started with that? And how did your family react when you told them that's what you were going to be doing?
Sure. Okay. So oh, wow. So basically, a dumpster diver is someone that goes around various neighborhoods looking for discarded items. And I look for these items to either sell on eBay, I either give them away to people in need, family or friends, or I just keep them essentially for myself. I got started with this whole idea of dumpster diving way back in 2012. Again, I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. When I first even considered selling on eBay, let's go there first. My husband and I, we just moved into our new home. We had a new baby. And at this particular time, my husband was now venturing off into another path in his career. He was in business school. And by me having a new baby, I wanted to stay home with my daughter, or my children, because at this time we had 3. I wanted to stay home. I didn't want to work full time. I didn't want to utilize the degree that I had because I knew that was going to cause me to stay outside the home. And so I wanted to basically help financially. And so I was at church one day and I was talking to one of the parishioners, and she was telling me how she went out finding things that people threw away and utilized them in her home. And she said the term dumpster diving. And I'm like, what in the world? She's like, yeah, I go around and I find things that people throw away, perfectly good things, and I use them. And she said, "Do you want to see pictures?" I said, "Yeah, because this is unbelievable." So she showed me pictures. Lo and behold, awesome stuff. Things that you wouldn't even think people would discard. So, because I was actually prompted to do it myself, I said, okay, you know what? If you found this, and now I'm in need of furniture, I'm in need of all kinds of things for my home, let me go out here and see what I can find. And I did just that the following week. The very first thing that I found was pretty much an intact, almost practically brand new 1, 2, 3 step for my daughter. And if you know what that is, it's one of those sliding boards for my daughter. And I was hooked ever since. But before that transpired, how I got the name Mom the eBayer, because at the time, again, I was trying to find ways to financially assist my husband. So at this time, I would go to stores, thrift stores, I would go to estate sales, and I would buy things to flip on eBay. And I was making a pretty decent amount of money. But once I was introduced to dumpster diving, I saw the awesome things that I was able to find, and I just put two and two together. I said, you know what? If I'm finding this awesome stuff, I can possibly take this stuff and sell it on eBay. And I did just that, and everything else is where you see it now. That's how I am where I am because of what I did at that moment.
Wow, I love it. Women, we're so resourceful and we're so creative, and yeah, that's awesome. So, how did your family react?
So, how did my family react? In the beginning, my husband wasn't impressed. He wasn't even sold on the idea. He thought I was crazy. He thought I was losing my mind. He would say things like, "Why are you going to digging people's trash? That's disgusting." Or, "I don't want my wife out here digging in people's trash." But it wasn't until I found him some things that he could utilize while he was in business school. One, I found him a MacBook computer. And two, I found him a nice leather swirl around computer chair for his desk that he used throughout the entire time he was in business school. Amongst those things, I was able to find him great high-end clothes, Ferragamo, Zara, Zegna, all kinds of stuff. And from that moment on, he was hooked. Now, my children, on the other hand, the two youngest ones, which was Haley, who was 1, and then Josiah, I believe he was about, if I'm not mistaken, 8 years old. It was nothing for them. It was like, whatever, they were okay. Mom finding me toys, mom finding me games and things of that nature. Okay, but the only one that had a problem was my oldest daughter, Taylor. And at this time, she was venturing off into middle school, and it was a bit embarrassing to her. So she wouldn't broadcast it. She wouldn't talk about it. She didn't even want to go with me. Whereas my two youngest ones, they didn't mind going. But the oldest one, I had it was a lot of convincing for her. It wasn't until recently, I want to say about high school years, where she started getting a little bit more comfortable, because at this time, her friends started finding out about her old mama. And they realized that I had a YouTube channel, and the friends would actually go on, subscribe, comment. They were big fans. And once Taylor got the recognition that her mom was a big YouTube star, then she became a little bit more comfortable with the idea. On top of me finding her things that she can go to school and brag about, right? But yeah, so now everybody is on board. Everybody is happy, and they are I gotta say, very supportive of me and what I do.
Yeah, and you have a huge following on YouTube, well over 150,000 subscribers. So that's major. But I want to go back. This is not on my list of questions, but I want to go back.
Go ahead.
Because you said you found a whole Mac machine, a Mac computer.
Yes.
In the dumpster. Where are you looking? What areas are you? I know you're from Chicago, but what areas are you looking in where people are throwing away whole good laptops?
Right. So here's what I tell people. When I first got started, I was searching everywhere. If you had a dumpster next to your house, I was going to look. I didn't care if it was the surrounding suburbs. I would even venture off to a few of the states that's in the area, like say Atlanta, Indiana. or probably not more so Wisconsin, but like a little bit on the outskirts of Wisconsin, still in Illinois, but just like a little bit on the outskirts. But anyway, I will go to those different areas. And once I start realizing how to find and where to find things, the most valuable things, then I got myself into a routine. So now I go to the most affluent areas. Again, some of the surrounding suburbs, but it has to be an affluent area because you get a better bang for your buck when you do that. The chances are high for you to score things like a MacBook and Louis Vuitton and Tiffany. Just the other day, I went and found a Tiffany rattle, a baby's rattle, for crying out loud, that somebody just threw in the trash, right? So you will be surprised at the different things that people consider trash. And I chalk it up to this. People are always asking me this question: why do people throw out relatively good things? And I say, think about when you're moving, right? Most times when we're moving, we're so tired after moving. You're getting your house together. Going through things that you want, the things that you don't want. You become so overwhelmed to the point towards the end, you're like, what? I don't want any of it. I'm going to throw it out, and in hopes that somebody else will find it. People don't really have the time to go and take things to the donation center because they're so overwhelmed. So that's what I choke it up as, is people just really are tired after moving, because oftentimes I go and I find a lot of move outs. And I know a move out when I see it, because everything, when I see a move out, the one thing that I notice is food. When you see food packed in garbage bags, an astronomical amount of food, that right there is a target, or definitely a red flag that's a move out. And then right behind it, you'll see everything else in the household that they threw away. You can see the junk drawers. You can see the bathroom drawers all dumped in bags and thrown away. Shoes from the closet, clothes. So much stuff is just thrown in the garbage. And so that's what I choke it up as. People just don't have the time or the energy to take things to various places when they're ready to move.
That makes a lot of sense. And I know, like, even some people might be like, you know what? I just want a fresh start. I just want to start over. Yep. We just want to buy some new stuff and we just stuff. And so that's awesome. So you said that you are a first-time author and your book is coming out, Finding Your Treasure. Mm-hmm. And in the book, you share how what you do reflects your family's Christian values. Yeah. So can you explain that a little bit?
Absolutely. One of my main reasons for doing what I do is to give back. Charity, love is so important, not only in the Bible, but it's also very important in our family. Like right now, I'm looking at this poster that we have on our wall that I got from dumpster diving, and it says, "Bless this house with love in bold and laughter." So that's important. Love, charity is so important for me, as well as for me and my family. Let me tell you, you'll be surprised at how many people contact me on a daily basis, letting me know how I impacted their lives in such a great way. Wow. So when I started, I didn't share this, but when I started this, America was in a financial crisis. This was back in 2012 when everything was, going under and people couldn't find jobs. And I knew that I had something, because I said, if I was able to make money off of this, I'm sure there's other people in the world that can do the exact same thing. And that was one of the reasons why I pressed record and posted it on YouTube, to give other people a means to take care of their families. And people contact me, letting me know that I've changed their lives, because now they are able to provide. Those working mothers during that time, and even now, or those mothers that lost their jobs, or even those fathers that lost those jobs, are able to make a supplemental income by going out dumpster diving and taking those things and either selling them on eBay, Poshmark, or various online selling platforms, or even having garage sales. And so that right there, I feel like the Lord allowed me to do this to show other people how to make money. And that right there is what I consider the love, that I consider that charity. Even some of the things that I find that I don't utilize or that I don't give to family and friends, I'm able to connect or team up with a lot of organizations that geared towards giving back. That's their mission. They give back. And so the things that I find are good items that I am able to give back to other people. And you will be surprised at the smiles that people have on their faces. It not only makes them smile, but it makes me smile because I'm able to do this. I'm able to take awesome things that other people just threw out and just didn't have a care for and recycle that and give it back to someone else and make them happy. So that's the mission. I always tell my husband, my mission is to give back in whatever capacity the Lord sees fit. And this platform is my way of giving back and doing what thus saith the Lord, and that's charity.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And you know what? It's so cool how you were successful at something and you didn't try to keep all that information to yourself. You're sharing it with the world. And whether you give the items that you find to someone or not, the information that you're given is like priceless. And if you look at a lot of successful people today, that's something that they're, starting to do. Like they're starting to say like, hey, you know what? This has helped me. Let me try to help and give some information to other people. So I think that's awesome. I really do.
Because what do they say? You work better together in numbers. When you stand alone, the struggle is hard.
Yeah.
So why do that? For me, you're doing yourself a disservice when you do that.
Yeah. I was you can hear your heart too. I was watching one of your videos, and it was a guy. He was like homeless. I think he was dumpster diving, but he was actually homeless. And you were like, I think he had mentioned that he was hungry or something, and you were like, "Listen, I can't have that. I gotta we gotta go get him some food."
Yeah,
and like, you stopped what you were doing, and you like try to go find him some food. So you definitely hear your heart in it. I love it.
I love. When people think I'm crazy when I say this, but I love what I do. The gentleman that you're referring to, his name is Mr. James. I befriended him a while back, and every time I go out there in this specific area, I'm always looking forward to seeing him. And when I see him and he see me, it's just like a family reunion almost. I hug him and everything because we are all human beings. We are all God's children. So, so that's Mr. James, what you're talking about. A wonderful guy. Absolutely amazing.
I love it. Well, one last question I have for you. So as a mom, and I can kind of, just by hearing you talk, I can kind of see where your heart is. But as a mom, what do you want your children to learn most as they observe you, not just in what you do, but in your everyday life?
Everyday life is similar to what I was just talking about. The most that I want to teach my children is about love, compassion towards other people. I'm always, my children would tell you, I keep, and this is not to brag or anything like that, but I keep money right on the side of my armrest because I know a sister or brother will come up to me and ask. It's a must for me to give back to anybody that needs it. And that's the one thing I want them to see when they look at me, that they'll know that my mom tried to love everybody in whatever capacity she could do. She probably wasn't the wealthiest person, but whatever she had, the little that she had, she was still able to utilize that and give to other people and make them happy. So if my children don't take anything away from what I've ever taught them, the one thing I want them to know is to love, what the Bible say? To love your brothers and sisters as you would love yourself. Mm-hmm. And loving God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul, on those two commandments, hinge all the other ones. And that's important to me.
Wow. Awesome. So I know that you guys were inspired. I know that you guys were encouraged by this. Angel, where can everybody find you if they want to follow you or get more resources? Where can they find you?
Yes. If you want to follow me on YouTube, you will follow me under Mom the eBayer. You can also follow me on TikTok under Mom the eBayer Dumpster Dive. And if you want to follow my personal channel on TikTok, it's under Angel Williams.
Awesome. If you enjoyed this episode, please like it, share it. Tell somebody about it. And even maybe God, even in hearing this, God has given you some creative ideas that you can, that might actually help your family increase financially, but also it'll be a blessing to someone else. And so again, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you soon.
So guys, that is it. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Make sure you leave comments down in the comments section because I enjoy interacting with you guys. Also, guys, if you are not aware, I have another YouTube channel. And on that channel, guys, you will see my family and I interacting with one another, as well as me doing various things that I decided not to do on this channel. So guys, if you're interested, make sure you look down in the comment section. I left the link for you there. Also, guys, I am a published author. That's right, guys. I have a great book, guys. And I would love for you to check it out. Make sure, guys, you check your local Barnes & Noble. You go on Amazon and look for the title, Finding Your Treasure. And guess what? The book is even an audiobook with Google Play as well as Audible. Again, look under the title, Finding Your Treasure, and you will be able to see my book. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video. I'm on a mission to serve in whatever capacity the Lord sees fit. I had no idea I'd globally impact the world. I took what others threw away and positively changed minds. People in France, Qatar, the Philippines, and other countries are now following me along on this journey.